given g of 1 equals 5 and g of 5 equals 17, find part A, the linear function g, and part B, g of negative 3. Okay, this is a loaded question. There's so much information here. Let's dig it out. Solution, part A. We're told that g of 1 is equal to 5. What does that imply? What are they trying to tell us? They're telling us that the ordered pair xy equals 1 comma 5, which we'll call x sub 1 and y sub 1, are actually a point on the graph. It's a point on the graph. And then g of 5 equals 17 says that xy is equal to 517. So that means that we have 2 points that live on the graph. Now, if you know 2 points and you're looking for the equation of a line, we can do that by first finding the slope and then plugging one of the ordered pair of points into the point slope formula. So let's do it step by step. We know the formula for the slope m is the change in y, that's the rise, over the change in x, that's the run. So it's y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay, well, let's name these guys x sub 1, y sub 1 for the first ordered pair. And the second ordered pair, we'll name it x sub 2, y sub 2. And we'll plug those appropriate values into the formula. We got 17 minus 5 over 5 minus 1. Okay, simplify. We get 12 over 4, and that simplifies to 3. That means our slope m is equal to 3. Okay, so now we're going to use the point slope formula. That is, you'll have to memorize this, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1 in parentheses. We'll use that to find the equation of the function g. Okay, so we've got y minus y sub 1 equals m times parentheses x minus x sub 1. Now, by the way, you never plug values in for x or y, only for y sub 1, m, and x sub 1. Okay, well, we know that we already labeled x sub 1, y sub 1 as 1 comma 5, so we'll use those values for the x and y. Bring down the y, bring down the minus sign, replace x sub 1 with 5, bring down the equal sign, replace m with 3, parenthesis, bring down the x, minus sign, and then replace x sub 1 with 1. Now we need to simplify it to get it in the nice function form. So multiply the parenthesis by 3 to get it into y equals mx plus b form. So we got y minus 5 on the left equals 3 times x, and then a minus 3 times 1 is minus 3. Okay, we isolate the y, we get y equals 3x plus 2, and now replace the y with its fancy function close, g of x. So we have g of x, bring down the equal sign, bring down 3x plus 2. That is the linear function. Now I know it's linear because I used y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. That's always the slope, point slope form of a line. Okay. Part B said, what is g of negative 3? Well, since g of negative 3 can be found by using g of x equals 3x plus 2, we have g of parenthesis negative 3 equals 3 times parenthesis negative 3 plus 2. So it's g of negative 3 equals negative 9 plus 2. G of negative 3 equals negative 7. See, I got that g of x equals 3x plus 2 for part A, and I used it to answer part B. So the answer is g of negative 3 is equal to negative 7. By the way, that means that there is an ordered pair on the graph of this function, right? And they didn't ask us for this. I'm just throwing it in. I'm throwing it in. The xy coordinate represented by g of negative 3 equals negative 7 is xy equals negative 3, comma, negative 7.